Mic check, mic check.
Shalom, Israel. You hear me?
Yes, sir. All praises, man. First and foremost, I gotta start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Shema Mashiach Shai. This is the Deacon. Go ahead and introduce yourself, my brethren.
What's going on, brother? First of all, I want to thank you for having me on your show, brother. Like I told you before, I respect your platform and what you're doing for waking up our people. My name is Welch Fair. Like I said, I'm a Christian. I say I want to smoke, but when I say Christian now, I ain't talking about these Sunday pygmy eating Christians now. I'm talking about the same Christian that was in Antioch that believes in the Messiah and keep the commandments. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of Christian. So that's why I want to
What,
establish that first.
what would you identify yourself as far as ethnicity wise?
Oh, an Israelite, an Israelite.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you're a true ancient Christian.
Right, like I said, right. The ones in Acts 11:26, the ones in Antioch, right? That
Okay,
kind of Christian.
so if you are so if we see, because I know you said you want to talk about the deity and creation of Christ,
Hmm.
salvation for gentiles. If
Hmm.
I hear tenets of
Oh,
Christianity,
stop it, stop it. You're not gonna hear no pagan holidays, no Trinity, no eating unclean foods, no none of that, bro. I
go
teach
ahead,
the
go ahead. Well, you probably seen some of my videos
yeah.
and streamings, and you may agree with some, you may defer with the other. So I'll let you start by, kind of building on what you may think or understand to be flaws in the understanding or not sound doctrine. So let's pick the first topic and build off of that.
Okay. And which one was that?
Any of your choice that you message me about or outside of that is fine.
Okay. 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 About the Gentiles, real quick. About
Yeah.
salvation for the Gentiles.
Yeah. So salvation for the Gentiles. What do you mean by salvation?
Well, um, like I said, because the way I see it, bro, like I said, I see it like salvation like twofold. I see salvation as far as us being saved from our enemies when the Messiah comes back. And then two, salvation for all mankind, because when Adam and Eve sinned, death reigned upon all man. So now Christ came to restore us back to the Father, to whereas if we believe in him and keep the commandments, we can have access back to the tree of life. But when I see salvation as far as like us, our people being redeemed from our enemies, yes, I believe that's salvation, but also from the second death, which is a lake of fire, which I believe anyone can take hold of that.
Mm-hmm. True, true,
Yeah,
true.
yeah. So
Well,
that's. Go ahead.
I would agree with you as far as humanity being restored back to the Adamic state and eat of the tree of life. But who will be, according to the Bible,
Hmm.
um, do you think there will be equality like in the kingdom of heaven? Like, will it be an egalitarian society such as everybody's on even playing fields, or is are the Israelites are going will the Israelites rather be above all nations, like God sees them even today?
Okay, that's a good question, Fair. The way I see it is the advantage that we'll have as far as Israelites, especially in the new kingdom, in the new Jerusalem, that we'll be in the midst, like the 12 gates for the 12 tribes. So we'll be in the midst, we'll be in the city of New Jerusalem. However, I believe that the nations that, like I said, that take hold of the covenant, whatever like that, they'll be in their own land, but they won't have the advantage as being in the midst of the Heavenly Father and the Lamb in the New Jerusalem. So, like in Revelations 21 and 25, where it talks about 24, it says, "In the nation of them which are saved, walk in the light of it, and the kings of the earth do bring their glory and honor unto it, and the gates of it shall not be shut all day, for there shall be no light there." You say, and they shall bring the glory and honor of the nations into it. So I believe that the nations are going to still be in their lands, but they'll come bring the glory to where, the Most High in the Lamb is. And I feel like our advantage is that we are in the midst of them. Whereas, like, say, for example, you have a child. If a child is living at home with the mother and father, it's better than, or they can have a child that's kind of remote away. They still love them, but it's like I think that it's better for us being in the same house or being in the same vicinity with the Father and with the Lamb. But the other nations, they're not in the lake of fire, but they don't have that direct access like we have. That's how I kind of see it like that.
Okay, so we would have advantage. That means it won't be an equal society.
Oh no, that's what I was saying. No, I was saying, like I said, the advantage is that we will be in the midst of the Father and the Lamb, and I believe, and that was a covenant for us. But the other nations, because we established that covenant through Abraham, he was saying that any nation, as far as take hold of the covenant, they can still be saved from the lake of fire. But yes, I believe we do have an advantage, rather, as far as us being in the midst of the Father and the Lamb in the eternal kingdom. So I look at it like that. That's how I see it. But I still believe that there will be in the kingdom with us. That's what I'm saying. But we will have, like you said, but as far as you say, yeah, we will have an advantage because like I said, our people will be in the midst of the Father and the Lamb.
So we'll have access to the Father, and then they'll have to come through us to get access to the Father, or do you think they'll have direct access to the Father?
Well, at that time, see, like during the 1,000-year millennial reign, that's a different period. I believe that at that time, I believe, like I said, go ahead.
That's where does the Bible say there's 1,000-year millennial reign?
Revelation 20.
Okay.
4 through 6.
All right. So when does the kingdom of heaven start?
The kingdom of heaven, like I said, well, Christ came preaching it to let us know that the repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. So I think that in order to get that start, what we had to do is believe in him and start keeping the commandments to get it through our mental first before we put on our spiritual bodies. But I'm talking about like during 1,000 years, I believe that the nations will be in servitude towards our people for that 1,000 years, because it's only right that we've gone through all this hell and hardship that it's that, like I said, Jeremiah 30, Deuteronomy 30, it says that they're also, like I said, all the curses like that are going to be put on them for that 1,000 years. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I said during that 1,000 years, they have to try to keep their nose clean as far as worshiping, like I said, because I don't believe that the Father's not going to be down here at that time. At that time, like I said, the Christ will be ruling. Like I said, I don't believe the Father's going to come until the New Jerusalem.
The Father is going to literally be on earth?
In the New Jerusalem, though, not during the millennial reign of Christ, though. In the New Jerusalem.
What is the New Jerusalem?
That's when it comes down from heaven. That's the 8th day.
You think that's like an actual city?
Well, I do believe that's going to happen. Yeah, I do. I believe all things
are going to be made new. Literal city that's coming down from heaven.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So you don't think so? What's up, brother? Go ahead.
No. We'll I'm gonna pull that up just so we can talk about that. But okay, so I got these scriptures pulled up. I want to address it. So the whole millennial reign, I know it's spoken. I don't like to use that term millennial reign because, for example, what happens after the millennial reign?
Well, it said that in Revelation 20, verse 7, it says that when 1,000 years are expired, Satan will be loosed out of his prison and shall go out to deceive the nations which are at 4 corners of the earth, Gog and Magog, and to gather together to battle, and the number of whom was to send of the sea. And then it says they went up into the breadth of the earth and compassed the camps of the saints. We know who the saints are. That's Israel, about in the beloved city, which is Jerusalem. And the fire came down from God out of heaven and devoured them. And it says, and the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and false prophet are, and they should be tormented day and night forever and ever. And then, like I said, when you read 1 Corinthians 15, where it talks about how, Christ had to rule in front of his enemies and then conquer his last thing, which was death. And then he's going to be subject and give the kingdom up to the Father. So after the great white throne judgment, when whoever's not found worthy in the Lamb's book of life are going to get thrown into the lake of fire, and then that's when the Father's going to come down. See, that's why I feel like when we keep the Feast of Tabernacles, it's an 8-day feast. Like on the 8th day, I feel like that's when the Father's coming down. And like also when we get circumcised on the 8th day, because after that 7,000 year or that 7th day, the 8th day, that's new beginnings. That's when, as far as like no flesh will be here on earth. I feel like we'll all be spirit beings at that time when the Father comes down. And I feel that the Father gave all that to let Yahushua to rule from the time of Adam until the time he comes, and after that, that's when everything's going to be given up to the Father. That's how I see it.
So you believe that the heathens are going to be in slavery for 1,000 years, right?
Yes, I do believe that.
Okay, all
Yeah,
praise. So
yeah.
so as far as like the kingdom, the
hmm
kingdom, like the actual kingdom, um, when does it start? Like the
As
kingdom
far
of
the
the
kingdom, go
kingdom
ahead. I'm sorry, bro. Go ahead. Say it again.
the kingdom of Christ, when does it start?
Oh well, like I said, all that's gonna start like when you like the seventh trump, like when the seventh trumpet sound, and the Messiah is gonna come. He's
Mhm.
gonna destroy. Like I said, he's when you read Joel chapter 3, he's gonna like I said, the battle of Armageddon. He's gonna fight those nations, and then after that, and then he's gonna rule. Like I said, after he takes us to the wilderness, purges out all the rebels from the wilderness, then we're gonna go into our land, and we're gonna be there for 1,000 years.
Okay, so when you read Revelation 11:15, you're right on the seventh trumpet, right? The seventh trumpet, it says the kingdoms of this world are become the kingdoms of our Lord and
Mhm.
of his Christ, and he shall reign forever and ever. So if the seventh trumpet starts the kingdom of Christ, and it says he shall reign forever, all these kingdoms have become his. But you're
Mhm.
saying that after 1,000 years, there's going to be war when the Bible says that all these kingdoms are his, he's going to reign forever. And then Isaiah 60 says there will be, Micah 4 and Isaiah 60 says there will be no more war. So, how will there be war 1,000 years after his coming?
Well,
If
you know that they're gonna still even when you read Ezekiel 39, even when Christ whoops up the nations, brings us into the wilderness, purges out the rebels, and bring us into our land, they're still going to try to come up and fight us against us then, even then, and that's during the time when Christ is here. They're going to come up and try to fight us again in Ezekiel 39.
Right. So I understand that. I understand the simultaneous events that happened during his coming. I know it's all in succession, but 1,000 years later, I mean, the order of prophecy, as I understand it, culminating in the scriptures, it's Yahushua comes, um, he's getting busy, he's destroying the nations and gathering us up. As we're going into Israel, they come against us, they're destroyed. I don't see the understanding of Revelation 20, Satan being bound. So you believe that this is actually talking about the spiritual demon Satan?
Yes, I do. Right? Yeah, I do. I definitely believe
He's
this
going
one.
into a bottomless pit. What is the bottomless pit?
Well, now as far as that bottomless pit, like I said, I'm pretty sure it's probably symbolic, but whatever it is, he's going to be tied up, or well, I don't want to say tied up. He's going to be at a place where he won't be able to deceive the nations for that 1,000 years. So he won't be able to, for that 1,000 years, and then after the 1,000 years, he'll be let loose again, like I said, for a short season to deceive the nation, and he's going to do it.
So
And he's going to deceive. Go
when
ahead.
the Bible says there shall be no more war, what does that mean?
Right, exactly. During that time, right? It's not going to be any more war. Right? He says that right in Isaiah 2 and in Micah 4, where he said that they won't learn war anymore. And that's true. Like I said, during that time, for that 1,000 year period, it's going to be peace. It's going to be peace during that time. Like I said, and then after that, because like I said, because when you read, look at this. Let's go to Isaiah 65, brother. Because do you believe it's going to be sin and stuff in Christ's kingdom? Sin?
There's gonna be sin. The other nations are gonna be they're not gonna be perfect because the new covenant wasn't made for them. The new covenant perfects us. So they're going to be like how we are in our state right now. So yes, the heathens will be always sinning. They won't be glorified or perfected because the new covenant was not made for them, as Jeremiah 31 states.
Mhm.
So even in throughout eternity, they won't be perfected.
Wait. Okay, hold on. So you say even when the Father comes down, you're saying they won't be. So, but okay. So go
I
ahead. I'm
don't
sorry. Go ahead.
believe there's going to be that the Father's going to come down. Just his glory, access to him. I don't take that in Revelation literal because elsewhere, the Bible says the earth is his footstool. He can't. He's too big to be contained in this dimension.
Mm. Okay. So when it says that in Revelation that he's going to be down here, I know you're because it's saying that right. Because like in Revelation 22.
Yeah. It also says there's not going to be a temple, but there's 68 prophecies that says there is going to be an actual temple.
Well, yeah, yeah, but see that temple is going to be during the time of Christ, though, because Christ is going to build up a temple, like that prophecy that you read in 2 Samuel chapter 7, verse 10 through 16, the prophecy that Nathan gave David. That prophecy wasn't about Solomon. That prophecy was about Christ building up a temple. And when you read Zechariah chapter 3 and Zechariah chapter 6, that branch, whose name is Joshua, which is synonymous with, like I said, Yahweh Shai, which means, Yahweh saves. He's going to be the one to build up the temple, and he's going to rule and reign for that temple. And like I said, in Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 5 through 8 explains that he's that branch. He's going to reign and execute judgment on a literal temple, though, because Ezekiel 40 and 3 explains that temple. I'm sorry, go ahead, brother.
The third temple is going to be built, and then after 1,000 years, it's going to be destroyed.
No. That's not the third temple. The third temple is not going to be. That's not going to be built by the branch or by the Messiah. That's going to be built by the Edomites that's in the land of Israel today. They're going to build up that temple thinking it's for the Messiah. But instead, go ahead.
The Bible says that the third temple, they don't even have the temple mound, so they can't even build it correctly. Jeremiah 30 says that the third temple is going to be built when we get in the land.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like I said, when you say third temple, that's actually, like I said, to say that temple, the one that the Messiah is going to build, the Yahweh Shai, that's actually going to be a fourth temple. You know what I'm saying? Because the first temple was Solomon, the second temple with Ezra and Nehemiah. The third temple they're going to build is going to be the one, because when you read Daniel chapter 11, it's telling you that the abomination of desolation, he's going to stand in the holy place declaring himself as God. He's going to be ruling from that temple. You know what I'm saying? Like that. But
it already happened, though.
Whoa. What's already happened?
Daniel, the abomination of desolation. Christ said, when they see the abomination of desolation, then they need to flee. That's 70 AD.
Whoa. Hold on, brother. No. That's during the Great Tribulation. Jacob's trouble.
You believe in the Antichrist.
Well, of course, yeah. The son of perdition. Yeah, like I said, it's going to be the little horn. When you read Daniel 7, it talks about that little horn. Oh, go ahead.
Did you go into the Bible and God gave you this, or did you hear some Christian teaching this and you received it?
Well, one, you could go in the Bible. Like I said, you can read it. You can read it, though. Like I said, you can actually read it, especially like in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, where it said that he's going to declare himself as God is sitting in the temple. And it said that he's going to be destroyed by the brightness of Christ at his coming. And that's when you read Revelation chapter 19. He's going to throw the beast and the false prophet in the lake of fire at his coming. That's what he's going to do.
Who's
at
the
his
beast?
Coming. The beast is the military leader over the 10 horns, which is the European Union or the European Common Market, because the 7 heads and 10 horns. Go ahead.
Okay, so let's pull up some of this. I mean, I don't really like. I think the Antichrist is a Christian tenet. Nowhere in 2 Thessalonians 2 does it say that the word Antichrist, does it?
No, I said son of perdition. Let's go there.
You said Antichrist, though.
I know. Like I said, like Christ calls him the abomination of desolation. Also, and Paul called him the son of perdition. Daniel calls him the little horn.
That's the same thing, though.
Say that again.
How do you know that's the same? How do you know the son of perdition is the little horn?
Well, the little horn in Daniel, he tells you, like I said, Daniel tells you who that little horn is, the seat of the papacy.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about the Antichrist some, which is Christian dogma. But I want to conclude one thing here, and then I want to kind of get on. I mean, it's a good build. It's a good build to know these prophecies and get this understanding.
Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
I don't mind talking about this, but I definitely want to maybe talk about something a little more relevant to our salvation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
But Revelation 21, you believe this is a literal city coming down. So let's just read verse 16. And the city lies 4 squares. So the city's a cube, right?
Okay.
It's a perfect
Okay.
cube. And the length is as large as the breadth. So all sides are all equal. And he measured the city with the reed, 12,000 furlongs. Do you know
How
how
long a
long
furlong is?
how high this yeah, how long 12,000 furlongs are?
Nah, bro, I couldn't tell you that.
Okay.
Wait, it's probably
I'm gonna show you. So
about 1,400 miles, maybe. I don't know.
1,600 miles, yeah, 1,600 miles. Or it might
Okay,
be 1,400 to 1,600 miles.
okay,
So
yeah.
so do you know if 1,600 miles high, if this is a literal city, it's it's physically impossible to have a literal city that's 1,600 miles high, brother. Do you know
Tell me
that
what. Tell me why
has
it's impossible for God to do that, though. Tell me how that's impossible.
it's because God, even though he's miraculous, he deals in the realm of practicality. So you would have to look at, if you are a teacher or if you become a teacher, you're telling your students that how high is 1,600 miles? 1,600 miles, right? That's past where it gets dark at, brother.
But remember, like you said, the light's going to be by the Father and the Messiah. So
I mean, that's almost
it's
to the that's almost, watch this. How high is the space station? Let's take a look at the space station. 200, bro. The space station is 254 miles up. I mean, you're talking about a damn wall that's 1,300 more miles higher than the space station, brother. And then equally, think about how equal that is.
Mhm.
Every side is going to be 1,600 miles, and this is why we don't take this literal. This is why it says, "I seen no more sea." You don't think there's going to be no more water on Earth?
No, sure, but look though, brother. Look at Revelation 21, where it says, in verse 4, and God shall wipe away all their tears in their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. And he said, He that sat on the throne, behold, I make all things new. He's saying all things are new. So the way that we're seeing things in this realm now, how we're seeing it now, is not going to be the same way during that eternal kingdom, though. That's what I'm saying. So you're looking. I think we're looking at it in a lens. Whereas, okay, are you sure? We don't. It said heaven right here when it says, and I saw a new heaven, a new earth. For the first heaven, the first earth would pass away, and there was no more sea. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven. So when it's
Right.
saying that at this time, we're not going to be fleshly beings at this time. We're going to be spiritual beings. So by us being spiritual being, all things going to be made new. He's going to have this thing set up. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
To
Let me
whereas,
ask you a
go
question.
ahead.
Let me ask you a question. So this Earth that we're on now is going to be destroyed, and there's going to be a new Earth.
Well, I believe after, like I said, after the great white throne judgment, everything's going to be new, man. Like I said,
Listen. If we're gonna take these
go ahead.
things in Revelation literal, like,
Mhm.
okay, the heaven we see, there's gonna be a whole new heaven than the heaven we see above.
When it says a new heaven and new earth, brother, all I'm saying is that everything that we see now in this realm, in this fleshly state that we're in, is not going to be like how it is in the New Jerusalem. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I can't, like I
You
said,
know
when
the
he says,
word new.
my
You know
ways,
the word new in
my
the
ways,
Greek.
go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
My bad.
You can, brother.
The word new in the Greek, it literally means to refresh. It's like
Okay.
a new moon. It's not a new moon, it's just the moon refreshing its cycle.
Okay.
So heaven and earth is dealing with rulership. So he's seeing a new rulership. He's seeing a new rulership, and the first
Yeah,
heaven and earth has
I
passed
agree with
away.
that.
Right. So
Yeah.
if when we're looking at all the revelations, it's 90% metaphorical, parabolic, analogous, and it's not literal. So when you deal with the spiritual temple, this is talking about the Israelites who were caught up to God in Revelation 11 and 12. It's not a rapture. We believe that we're getting delivered via chariots, and that's us coming down from the chariots. We are the holy city, because when you look at the measurements, it just doesn't make sense. And your family might want to put you in a goddamn psych ward, thinking there's gonna be
Well,
four walls, a cube-sized city that's 1,600 miles high, 1,600 miles wide, and 1,600 miles long. But to find the area of the cube, look at the spiritual numerology. To find the area of what's in the cube, it says 12,000 furlongs. So when you do the 12 times 12 in the thousands, you're going to get 144,000. Is perfect math. So that's why we teach that. If you see it literal, I'm not going to fight you and argue with you about it. I just wanted you to understand it, and I briefly gave mine. So
yeah.
I want to transition now.
Okay.
On this, because at the end of the day, you're an Israelite. You believe in Yahweh Shai. I don't really have no smoke. We may have differences of prophecy and things like that. You call on the true name. I love it. You believe the heathens are going into slavery for 1,000 years. That's all praises. So I want to talk about the Antichrist. So let's go to a couple of scriptures. We're going to do Daniel 9. You said Daniel 11 too. Daniel 11.
Daniel 8 as well. Daniel 8.
There we go. Daniel 8. And then what is that? 2 Thessalonians.
Yeah, chapter 2. Matthew 24, because Matthew 24 isn't talking about 70 AD. That's not talking about 70 AD at all, brother. Matthew 24 is dealing with the end time. Like I said, because, well, like I said, as soon as we get there, like I said, because, Daniel chapter 12, verse 1 also explains about that time, the great tribulation. That's Jacob's trouble. That's going to last for 3.5 years.
Okay. So let's, I'll let you build your premise on, I think you said the little horn too. What's that? Daniel 7? Okay. I've heard this before by so many white Christian pastors.
Well, I don't believe in the 7-year so-called rapture tribulation, where they try to say that he's going to make a covenant and for 7 years, and then after the midst of the
who is the guy? Let me ask you this: the Antichrist. Let me guess. It's some Arab, right?
No. I just said it's the seat of the papacy. It's the Pope. That's what. Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, because
who's the false prophet then?
That's him. That's what I'm saying. That's him.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about. That's the false prophet, the son of perdition, the little horn, the abomination of desolation. That's all the seat of the papacy. Because when you read Numbers 13, it said that he has a number of a man. When you look at vicarious Philly die, you do the math, that equals up to 666. He calls himself the vicar of Christ. But he calls himself the Holy Father. Like, he's blasphemy. You know what I'm saying? That's what he does. Like, the whole world is following after Roman Christianity, man. Like, so they're the mother of harlots, but she had daughters, which were the Protestants. You know what I'm saying? Martin Luther was the first one. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, let's see. Let's get Okay, cool. All right. So yeah, let's go to, so your premise is 2 Thessalonians. Let's
go there. Okay.
All right. So, matter of fact, let's go to Christ first. Let's go to Christ.
Okay, Matthew 24.
What is it? Okay, here we go. Verse 15.
Yeah, verse 15.
When you therefore, who's he talking to here?
Israel.
He's talking to Israel. Shall see the abomination of desolation. So, where is the abomination of desolation going to be at?
He's going to be He's going to be in Israel. Like I said, on that temple, the one that the Edomites are going to build, because they're thinking that they're building.
Here's the problem, God. He's saying when we see that, we're not there.
I know we're not there. You know what I'm saying? Like that. But the point, look, watch this. Let's go there. Let's go here. Matthew 24.
When he says, he's talking to Israelites. He says, when the Israelites see the abomination of desolation, you're saying that this is talking about Edomites building the temple and the Antichrist being there, but we won't be there to see that.
So wait, hold on. So you're telling me right now there's not, like I said, so like, and I know, like I said, after 70 AD, we got put out, Luke 21:24 says that, and how it's occupied by the Gentiles until the time of the Gentile be fulfilled. But when you look at it, like I said, he's making this declaration, he's making this statement. You have, like I said, I know it's a small number, a small few of us that's over there, like this boat Israel and stuff like that. But let's keep reading it, though. I want to keep reading and let you know that this is not 70 AD, because especially verse 21.
Let's read this slowly, brother.
Yeah, let's do it.
This is going to cut the hell out of, with all due respect, the whole.
That's all good. It's all good, Israel.
I had a debate with a Christian apologist about the Antichrist, and it was pretty good. But the point is there's a lot of conflating and isolating and not contextualizing the scriptures and going precept by precept within context. Now watch this. He's speaking to Israelites. He's saying, when we see the abomination of desolation, you're saying that this is talking about the white man building the temple over there. We're not even there. So at this point, when Yahushua says this, we would be there and see the abomination of desolation, right? And he says, spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place. Now watch this. Then let them which be in Judea flee to the mountains. So this is talking about 70 AD, because we are not there and won't be there, brother.
Okay, now watch this. Keep reading. Now watch this. I'm going to show you that it's not. Watch this. Just keep reading. Watch this. Keep reading.
Before we move on, you got to do this. You got to break this down head on. Exegete it.
I'm telling you right here, when it says, like I said, when you see the abomination of desolation, when you read Daniel 11, he has not, like I said, during the time of 70 AD, a man did not go in the temple declaring himself as God. No one did that. No one went in the temple and declared himself as God around 70 AD. They did not do that.
No, you're conflating 2 Thessalonians with Matthew 24. We'll get there. I'm talking about deal with this text head on, because Titus Vespasian did commit sacrilege in our temple when he destroyed it. So I need you to deal with this. I need you to let everybody know, why is Christ saying this is going to happen when we're in the land, and when it does happen we'll be in Judea and we'll flee to the mountains. You got to explain that to us.
He said, then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains. If you have some Israelites that's there, they need to flee. I'm telling you, brother, this is, like I said, we need to keep reading. Hold on, brother. We need to keep reading, because when we keep reading, you're going to see.
Okay, wait. Okay, let's just listen. I'm not going to pin you down and put you in a chokehold and force you to answer it to my satisfaction. I just want people to know your understanding. So you're saying that right here, Christ is talking to the maybe few Israelites who are not even supposed to be there right now in the land. He's saying that, the couple Israelites who are visiting the white man's Israel,
you silly that. Go ahead.
The vacation to the white man's Israel. When they see the abomination of desolation and they're in Judea, then to flee to the mountains. Okay, now watch this. Let him which is on the housetop not come down. Who is this him he's talking about? The couple of Israelites who took a vacation there?
Brother, this right here is going to be a whole grand scale, a thing, man, whereas the whole world's going to see this event's going to happen. And we're going to have to flee to the wilderness, brother. We're going to have to go to the wilderness, like I said, because everyone, like I said, Revelation chapter 12 tells you that it's going to be a wilderness where God has a place prepared for us for a time and a half a time, which is 3.5 years during the time, during this great tribulation.
Neither let him but here it is, brother. The whole context here is us being in Israel, right? So now watch this. Neither let him which is in the field return. This is clearly talking about 70 AD. And woe unto them that are with child, and to give suck, and pray that your flight not be in the winter, neither on the Sabbath, right? Because they actually destroyed us. They actually came against us on the Sabbath in 70 AD, right? For then shall there be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be.
Okay. So you see that right here.
Yeah.
It's been okay. Like I said, we understand that the atrocity was bad that happened in 70 AD. But when he's telling you at this time right here, he said at this time, when this, like I said, when this false prophet takes over, he is going to rule for 3.5 years. And for that 3.5 years, it's going to be nothing but hell and chaos.
Where does it say that? Where does it say that in this context?
Well, brother, all you got, what you mean in this context? Like I said, well, go to Daniel. Daniel 7:25 tells you.
Okay, so now, so what you're doing is conflating a certain script passage with this passage. I'm saying let's contextually deal with this passage. But if you want to move on to try to prove your point in another place, we can do that. So I want
to look at this. Look at this. I'm sorry, brother. Look at this in Revelation 3:10 and Daniel 12:1. Let's read those because see, Christ is talking about a time. He is talking about a time that's going to come upon the earth, which is Jacob's trouble or the great tribulation that's going to be tried around the whole world. Let's go to Revelation 3:10. Look at this, Revelation 3 chapter 10.
Hold on. I want to stop you because I want to stay on the verses that we agreed to deal with as far as pertaining to the Antichrist.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm sorry, go ahead. Yeah, but see, all of the verses that I'm taking you, they're all pertaining to this though. That's what I'm trying to show you. They're all pertaining to this one event. This event hasn't happened yet, and it's a time that's going to happen, and we're all waiting for this event to happen. Daniel, like I said, Daniel 12 talks about it. Revelation 3 talks about it.
Let's deal with Daniel 9 because this is going to also prove contextually. We see Yahushua is saying that this is when we're in our land and flee from Judea to the mountains.
Right, so, Daniel 9. Yeah, go ahead.
It's spoken of in Daniel. Where in Daniel is this spoken of?
Daniel 11.
Okay, let's go there. What verse?
Okay, let me start. Let me see. Okay, let's start at verse 31.
31. And arms shall stand on this part.
Yeah, go ahead.
Who is this talking about here?
That's talking about the abomination of desolation, him and his army. Because it's the 7 heads and 10 horns. Go ahead.
Who is
arm. Say it again.
What person is this?
Oh, yes, I'm saying that's the abomination of desolation. He's going to say
which is the Pope. This is
the
Pope here?
It's the seat of the papacy, right? The seat of the papacy, exactly. Because I don't know if it's this Pope or not. But yes, the seat of the papacy. Yes, okay. 31.
They shall pollute the sanctuary of strength. So they're going to pollute the sanctuary, right? Now, here's what's crazy, because you mean to tell me that God gives two shits if them Edomites build a temple that's not even on the mound, nor is it measured with the temple, what's it called? What am I looking for?
Well, Revelation 11 tells you though, brother. Revelation tells you.
Revelation 11 tells us what?
It tells you, look, real quick. Revelation 11, look what it says right here. Look what it says, Revelation chapter 11. It says this. Look what he says right here. He's saying right here, he says, and there was given me a reed like unto a rod, and the angel stood, saying, rise and measure the temple of God and the altar and them that worship therein. So this here is hold on. This prophecy right here.
What? Brother, it ain't happened yet?
No, that's what I'm saying. This prophecy right here. Listen, hold on. I'm telling you, listen, this prophecy is dealing with Ezekiel 40:3. They're talking about the temple that's going to be built by the Messiah. That's why he's letting you know, look, he's not talking about this temple. That's what I want to tell you real quick.
Okay. So you're saying that this is not the temple right here,
no.
Revelation 1. This is not the Edomites temple.
Exactly. No, right. Yeah, that temple is in reference to Ezekiel 40:3. Exactly. Right.
Okay.
But
got you.
Now look at this.
Now I disagree, but I understand where you're coming from.
Okay, no problem, brother.
Well, let's go back.
No. Look, I'm going to show you something. Wait. It says, look, but the court which is without the temple leave out and measure it not, for it is given to the Gentiles. And the holy city shall they tread underfoot 42 months. Now, see, this is 3.5 years. And I will give power to my 2 witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,203 days. Clothing, that's also 3.5 years. It is also times and a half of times. All those times right there are dealing with this 3.5 year period when this false prophet is going to stand in the temple. He's going to take away the daily sacrifice that them Edomites are going to be offering up. He's going to come sit in the temple, declaring himself as God, and he's going to be ruling for 3.5 years.
Okay,
that's going to be the great. Go ahead.
Start at verse 1. So you said this temple of God is Yahweh's temple, right?
Right. Yes.
We get to the land, right?
Right. Exactly. Right. Yes.
Okay, now, but the court that is without the temple leave out and measure is not for it is given to the Gentiles, right?
Right.
So and then
the holy city, see, that's Jerusalem now. It's telling you it's
okay,
gonna be tread for 42 months, 3.5
so
years.
listen what I'm saying though.
I'm
You're
sorry,
saying that Yahushua at the start of his 1,000-year ministry, right? 1,000-year reign, right?
Okay.
How in the hell is somebody gonna come and take the land over for 3.5 years if Yahushua is on the scene?
No. That's not what that's. No, I'm not saying the Messiah is not going to be on earth at this time, brother. He's not. He's going to destroy him at the brightness. Huh?
No, you just said this is Yahushua's temple.
Yeah,
And then
I'm talking. Yeah, listen. I said in verse 1. I said verse 1. That is talking about the temple that Yahweh is going to build, because Ezekiel talked about it in Ezekiel 40:3. That temple, it will not be built at this time. At this time, that's not going to be the temple that the Edomites are going to build. I'm not saying that. At this, he's just giving a prophecy letting you know that the Messiah is going to build a temple, but he's going on to here, verse 2, letting you know it's going to be a temple that's not going to be the one that's built by the Messiah. This temple is going to be built by those Edomites over there.
Yeah, hold on. Let's slow it down. Let's slow it down.
Go ahead.
All right. Let's be precise and concise. So verse 1 is Yahushua's temple, right?
Right, which is not going to be built yet until he gets here. So that's not going to be here.
I hear you. Let me. I hear you.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry. I got you. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Take a deep breath.
I get a little passionate. It's all good, brother. Go ahead.
So, verse 1 is Yahushua's temple. Verse 2, it says the court of the temple. This is still Yahushua's temple, right?
But the court of the temple, without the temple, leave it. This is what I'm saying. This right here is not dealing with the Messiah anymore, though. It's going. This is going into dealing with. Go ahead. This I'm reading. This is dealing with what those Edomites are going to build, what they're going to build, and they're thinking they're building it.
So the first temple. So the context immediately changes, even though it says "but" here. The "but" means it's running.
Yes, right.
It's running on with the succeeding verse.
No. Yeah, but right. He's letting you know. Okay, this temple that we read the first verse, that's to be built by Messiah. He's quoting Ezekiel 40:3. So it's letting you know this ain't that time period. He's saying, but you're going to see it's going to be a temple that's going to be built that's not built by him. Measure that out, because that's given to the Gentiles. And it said right here, the holy city. That's Jerusalem.
Hold on.
Jerusalem. This is Jerusalem, brother.
Watch this. Here's why you messed up. Right? Here's how you messed up. So the inner court is only the Israelites can go in the inner court, right?
Well, yeah, because the heathens were in the outer courts, right? Okay, go ahead.
Right. So this is saying the court that is without, meaning the outer court, measure it not, for this given to the Gentiles. So if this is a Gentile temple, why can't Gentiles go in the inner court?
Whoa. Say it again now? Hold on. Wait, but the court that was without the temple. No. I'm saying no. The reason I'm saying it because that temple is not a holy temple, bro. It's that temple is a temple built by the Edomites. Like God has nothing to do with that temple.
Right. So if it's not, I'm so glad you said that. Let me fully articulate what I'm trying to say.
Go ahead.
If this temple right here in verse 2 is the Edomites temple, the Amalekites, the Jewish, the so-called Jewish, that they're going to build, why? And you said that the papacy or the Pope, who is definitely not Jewish, so he gets to go into the inner court, but the Gentiles have to stay on the outer court, but it's a Gentile temple.
Brother, listen. Like I'm saying, you're looking at this as far as like the first verse 1, that's a future prophecy. Verse 1 is a future prophecy. Let's get that right. It's established. That is a future prophecy. That temple will not be built until Yahushua comes back. Now, when we see in verse 2, but the court which is without the temple leave out and measure it not. Why is he saying, man, look, we ain't measuring this temple. Why? Because this temple is not the temple for Yahushua. This is the temple that the Gentiles, that's what we're building. So he said, look, for it is given unto the Gentiles, and the holy city shall they tread under 42 months. So he's telling you.
Let me help you out. Let me help you out a little bit. He's not saying don't measure the temple. He's saying don't measure the outer court of the temple. So let's just get this in. Let's do some comparative translation, because you might be look at it, but do not measure the outer courtyard, but exclude the outer court. So which is my point. I'm saying if this is a Gentile temple, why is this saying the Gentiles can't even enter the temple? They got to be on the outer court of the temple.
I'm trying to figure out. See, look, hold on. Okay, so you're telling us. So if you believe that's
here's what you're doing. Here's what you're doing, brother. You're trying to figure out how your head started rolling down the street.
No, brother.
And what you have to do to get it back on top.
No, because I was like, I'm telling you, I could take you to Daniel 8, Daniel 11.
Let's go back to Daniel 11, right? Because you said something very important. You said that it's not the third temple that the Gentiles are going to build is not a holy temple. God has nothing to do with it, right?
Right. That's right. That's it. Right. That's it. Yeah. Like, well, they believe that they're building up that temple for the Messiah, and there's not, because he's not going to sit in that temple. That temple
right. Do you believe that? Those Jewish people are going to build a temple? Do you believe that God's presence is going to be there? Yahweh?
Of course not. No.
Okay. Perfect. Now let's read this in verse 31, 11 and 31. An arm shall stand on his part, and they shall pollute the sanctuary of strength. So if it's this
is a sanctuary, but this is a temple.
Listen. If it's an unholy temple, how can it be polluted in God's eyes?
Because in their mind, they're believing that they're building it for God. But listen, hold up. But he's telling you right here. And then look, he says, look. But look at verse 31. And the arm shall take away the daily sacrifice. They shall place the abomination that maketh desolate, and such as do wickedly against the covenant shall he corrupt by flatteries. But the people that do know their God shall be strong and do exploits. We understand that temple, that when he says that, we know that's not the Messiah. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know that's like Yahushua. The whole world, like I said, they're going to be convinced, and they're going to believe that this so-called holy man, because all the things he's going to be doing, they're going to believe, well, dang, is the Messiah come already? Because he's going to declare himself as God in the temple, polluting the sanctuary. When you keep reading all the way down, it's going to clearly let you know he's going to be in the temple, and then like I said, it said that you're going to have some people that's coming from the east. So you're going to have
let's continue.
Yeah,
let's go. I want you to try to make your answers precise and concise. Basically, what that means is, let's give direct answers and not go on diatribes. Now, look at this. So the Pope and the Edomites, the Pope and the Jewish people are going to come together to build this temple?
No. The Edomites are building this temple. He's going to leave Rome and sit in that temple, declaring himself as God. No, I don't like it says as far as them doing it together. No, they feel that they're doing it for the Messiah. But he's going to come and sit in the temple, because 2 Thessalonians tells you that he's going to do that, declaring himself as God. And then it says that he is going to be destroyed by Christ now. So that didn't happen in 70 AD. He's going to be destroyed by Christ at the brightness of his coming. So it's telling you that
we're going to deal with that. So what's this? Verse 32. And such as do wickedly against the covenant. What covenant is this?
Such as do wickedly against the covenant shall he correct. Like I said, he's going to go in there he's going to go in there declaring himself as God. But go ahead.
The people that do know their God shall be strong. So he's trying. This is saying that whoever is wicked against the covenant, I need you to answer this very briefly and not give a sermon. What covenant is this? I'm not trying to. You silly dog. What covenant is this?
That, like I said, as far as when you're saying the covenant, brother, I'm trying to figure out what you mean. It says, and such as do wickedly against the covenant shall he corrupt by flatteries. But the people that do know their God shall be strong and do exploits or take action. So we're going to Hello?
Right. So if this is all dealing with this Edomite Jewish temple with the Pope going into it, and it's wickedly and it's wicked, what covenant is this that people are being wicked, those Jewish people are being wicked against?
What you mean, what covenant? So wait, hold on. So you're saying, so you're saying that this covenant is that he did with the Israelites, and that he came in there and broke the covenant with the Israelites? Like, what are you trying to say? That's what I'm trying to figure out. What are you trying to say towards that?
So are you done attempting to exegete this text. If you're done and you
Brother, I'm
concede,
trying to read the whole thing. I'm trying to read the whole thing, bro. Like you said, that's what I want you. I want, because when we keep reading down, it's gonna show this is not talk. This is future. I mean, we just keep as we keep reading, brother. We have to keep reading.
okay, we're gonna keep reading, but
Yes.
we can't just skip imperative phraseology. Now, listen, there's a people who are doing wicked against the covenant, right?
Okay.
You don't know what covenant this is, right?
Tell me the covenant, brother. Tell me the covenant. No, you tell me what it is. Go ahead.
No, just say yes or no. Do you know what
Yeah,
covenant?
because okay, I don't know the covenant. Tell me what that covenant is. Please tell me that. Go ahead.
Okay, so this already happened already. This happened during the time of Antiochus. I can't say every Christian, but some top scholars and Christians and theologians would agree that Daniel 11 is history. We were being wicked against the covenant. We got corrupted by flatteries with Antiochus. We started merging with him and helping him. First Maccabees, which I got pulled up, we'll read that. But listen, it says, but the people that do know their God shall be strong, meaning the people who are going to hold to Yahweh, we're going to be strong and fight against the Greeks and not conform. So if you're trying to say this is a future prophecy, what people is this that do know their God that's going to be strong? You mean to tell me
hold up.
people know
Okay,
God
come on.
will be strong?
Look what you just said. You just said that was dealing with Antioch Epiphanes, right? The fourth. So you're saying that's him. Why would Jesus make that statement when that already happened around 163 BC? So why would he make a statement, something that's already passed? Let's go there. Like how can he make a statement like that when that already happened, brother? Why would he do that?
Let me tell you something. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. So Jesus isn't quoting from Daniel 11. Jesus is quoting from Daniel 9. I got it pulled up. We'll go there. I've done
Daniel 9:27. Go ahead. We'll go ahead.
I've done Antichrist debates numerous times, but we're not finished with Daniel 11.
Yeah,
I want to totally obliterate you. I want to totally obliterate your understanding of this, and then we'll let the people decide. I'll give my understanding. You give your understanding. So
no problem.
Who is this people right here that know God and are going to be strong if this is the third temple that Jewish people are building?
This is the Israelites.
But we won't be there at that time. Or is this the ones that are on vacation there, like you said in Matthew 24?
Brother, that's not saying that they're, like I said, what does this have to do? Okay, what does that have to do about people being in the land right here? Like, where are you getting that from?
Because
I'm asking you, I'm asking you where you getting that from, though. Because the Bible says, because in Daniel 7:25 said that he's going to make war with the saints. Revelation chapter 12 said that he's going to make war with the saints. The ones that didn't make it to the wilderness, he's going to make war with them, that believe in Yahweh Shai, keep the commandments.
We're going to go through every point, every verse that you're bringing up. But first, let's deal with this. Let's go with verse 33. And they that understand among the people shall instruct many. Yet they shall fall by the sword and by flame, by captivity and by spoil many days. Who's these people who are getting this done to?
That's getting done to the people that are believed. He says he's gonna raise wars against the saints. Daniel 7:25. So so during this time, if you don't take that mark, which isn't a literal mark, but it's just a mark showing you that are you following that doctrine of Roman Christianity? If you're
What's
following I'm telling you, the mark of the beast is Roman Christianity, brother.
Okay, is the mark of the beast is out now, right?
He says it out. Well, everyone's following right now, but at this time, he hasn't set up rulership right now. He hasn't set up his reign for that 3.5-year period. So during that time,
it says you can't buy or sell without the
mark. Right. Yes, and it's not a literal mark though.
Where you can't buy or sell without Christianity.
Yes, it's not a literal mark because he tells you right here. Look, Revelation.
No, listen, I'm asking you a question. Just demonstrate it in layman's terms because I don't want to deviate from the Antichrist. I want you to just briefly tell me, demonstrate how one can't buy or sell without Christianity.
Right, because the same way how it happened during the Spanish Inquisition, how they set up a place and you were considered heretic and you were burned at the stake if you didn't follow their doctrine. So it's going to be the same way during this time. If you're not following that doctrine, and they're going to know who the saints are because the saints going to be the ones keeping the commandments of Yahweh Shai. They're going to be the ones still believing in the Bible like we're doing right now. They'll know because, like I said, the same way in the Spanish Inquisition, they were going out, they were sending people out, letting people know who was teaching contrary to the word of God. And they're going to find those people, and those are going to be the ones that's going to be beheaded for Christ's sake. So that, like I said,
that's neither. That's. I just wanted to get your understanding on that. I don't want to turn it into
no
a
problem.
market debate. So let's go to. You said read all the way till okay. So now when they shall fall, they shall be hoping with a little help, but many shall cleave to them with flatteries. Verse 35. And some of them of understanding shall fall, to try them and to purge, and to make them white even to the time of the end, because it is yet for the appointed time. And the king shall do according to his will. Who's this king?
That's talking about the seat of the papacy, the Pope, the little horn.
Talking about the Pope, okay. And he shall exalt himself and magnify himself above every god, and shall speak marvelous thing against the God of gods, and shall prosper till the indignation be accomplished, for that this determined shall be done. Verse 37, neither shall he regard the God of his fathers. What does that mean?
He's not, like I said, this right here showing that he's not going to give homage to God. You know what I'm saying? And then it says right here, look, it says
No, he said the God of his fathers. Who's the God of the Pope's fathers?
Neither shall he give regard the God of his father. Well, like I said, looking at that, because see, when I see nor desire of the women, nor regard, you said regard any God. So when I look at that, because the Pope, that seat of papacy, you know, like they don't marry, like I said, they don't marry. But when I look at that, like as far as that, nor regard any God.
Is there any chance that the Pope would acknowledge the true God Yahweh?
Well, he supposedly does that now. Supposedly he supposedly believe they say that they profess the God of the Bible, but they really don't. They say they do, but they don't though. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't possess the God. They don't follow the God of Israel.
Nor desire women. You may have a good point here because they're homosexuals. And no pun intended. Nor regard any God, for he shall magnify himself above all. But in his estate shall he honor the God of forces. What is this talking about? Let's just go to another chapter, bro.
No. We got to keep reading, brother, because this is gonna get to the future. No, keep going. Because this is going to get to the future. Keep going. Look at 38 now.
Fathers knew not, shall he honor with gold and silver and with precious stones and with pleasant things. 39. Thus shall he do in the most strongholds with the strange God, whom he shall acknowledge and increase with glory.
Okay, look, now Revelation 13 says that he got his power for the dragon for 1 hour. That strange God, that's the devil. It's telling you who he's getting his power from. Revelation 13 said he get his power from.
The devil a strange God to white people who are already the devil. Let's keep going. And he shall cause to rule over many, and shall divide the land for a gain. What land is this?
This is Israel. He's in. Remember, they're in the land. Watch, keep reading. They are in the land right now.
This is going to take over the land and divide it. It's already divided. Don't worry about it. Say it again.
No. Keep going. Go ahead.
Verse 40. And at the time of the end, shall the king of the south push at him. Who's that?
That's what I'm saying. These right here, these nations right here are dealing with the Medes, the Persians, China, like all these nations are going to come against him. They're all going to come against him. They watch. Keep reading.
South of Israel.
Well, like brother, these are the many nations that's not in the 10. That's not in the 10 horns. These are going to be the. Why? Just keep reading, because you're going to see. You're going to see who they are. Just keep reading. Watch this.
The Lord shall come against him like a whirlwind, with chariots and with horsemen and with many ships, and he shall enter into the countries and shall overflow and pass over. So the Pope is going to enter into these countries and conquer them.
Yes. Well, yes, with the 10 horns, with the 10 nations, the European Union. Now watch this. Look where he's at. 41.
Okay, let's just keep going. Verse 41. He shall enter also into the glorious land. What's the glorious land?
That's Israel, Jerusalem. Go ahead.
And many countries shall be overthrown. So he's going to destroy China, who is greater than
no, he's not. No, he's not. Watch, keep reading. No, keep reading. Keep reading. No, he's not. Keep reading.
But these shall escape out of his hand, even Edom. Isn't the Pope an Edomite?
Huh? The Pope's an Edomite. No, Edomite, brother. Edomites are the people from are the fake Jews that's in the land of Israel right now. Those are Edomites.
So all Caucasians are not Edomites.
Caucasians come from the seed of Japhet. That could be a whole nother topic that we could talk about later, brother. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
and
go ahead.
Moab.
Moab is Jordan, and Ammon is Syria.
Okay, so Moab and the chief of the children of Ammon. So
right.
He's going to destroy the Syrians.
No. It said no. They said they're going to escape because when you read Christ is going to deal with the Edomites, the Moabites, and Ammon when he gets back. You can read that in Isaiah 25. You can read that in Isaiah 63.
Here's your problem with who Esau is. The Bible says our last captivity would be under Edomites. Do you agree with the text?
You said our last captivity could be under. So wait. So you're saying that Edom's going to have us in captivity?
That's what the Bible says.
Can you read that real quick? I see it because I know because Zechariah 1 says that it was the Gentiles, those four horns, which was Babylon, Medes and Persians, the Greeks, and the Romans.
Where's Mystery Babylon at?
Mystery Babylon is Rome because it says here's the mystery that sits on 7 hills. Vatican City is sit on.
And Rome has 7 hills. You came on here and said you was not a part of Christianity, bro.
What does that mean? What are you talking about, brother?
That's all, bro. The 7 hills and that's all Christianity. Let's read. Let's read Lamentations chapter 4, verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee, and shall make thee drunken, and shall make thyself naked. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity, meaning our last captivity. He's going to then punish the Edomites for having us in captivity. Watch this. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. So you're saying that all white people are not Edomites. Then that means we got, and only the Jewish ones are. And that means we got another captivity under them Jewish people. But I digress. Let's go back to Daniel 11. So verse 42, he shall stretch forth his hand also upon the countries, and the land of Egypt shall not escape, but he shall have power over the treasures of gold and silver. So where is this calling him the abomination of desolation?
It said in verse 31, brother. 31, he called him that already. 31.
Okay, so he says, he shall take away the daily sacrifice and shall place the abomination that make desolate. Okay, cool. So do you know what the abomination of desolation means?
Right, so I'm telling you, that's him. That's the son of perdition.
What does it mean, abomination of desolation?
What do you mean? What does it mean? Because I'm telling you, like Christ is telling he's standing in the holy place. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, it's a person. He says, when you see the abomination of desolation standing in the holy place, that's a person, brother.
Right, but what does? Okay, let me just help you out just a little.
I think you're trying to read Daniel 9:20. We'll go ahead. Okay, I want to see what you at Maccabees. All right, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, first Maccabees.
Because you know what I'm saying, because you're in Maccabee period, the Greek period, but Christ is talking. That period is already passed. That's already passed.
I'm going to show you that Christ is not quoting Daniel 11 in Matthew 24. Let me just show you. Let me get the whole chapter. First Maccabees. Why is it giving me 1? Okay, here we go. 41. Let's start at 41. Moreover, the king of Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, and every one should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion. We read that in Daniel 11, and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath. For the king has sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and unto the cities of Judah, that they should follow the strange laws of the land and forbid burnt offerings and sacrifice as taking it away, and drink offerings in the temple, and that they should profane the Sabbath and festivals and pollute the sanctuary and the holy people. I'm gonna keep reading, but look at that. Look at this. Same exact language. And they shall pollute the sanctuary of strength. This is what it's saying in Daniel 11:31. Ain't that strange? Now let's keep going. First Maccabees 1:47. Set up altars and groves and chapels of idols, and sacrifice swine flesh and unclean beasts. That's the abomination of desolation, right? That they should also leave their children uncircumcised and make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanness and profanation, to the end that they might forget the law and change all their ordinances. And whosoever would not do according to the command of the king, he said he should die. In the self same manner wrote he to his whole kingdom, and appointed overseers over all the people, commanding the cities of Judah to sacrifice city by city. So we couldn't go to the temple, right? Then many of them people were gathered unto them, to wit, everyone that forsook the law, and so they committed evils in the land, and drove the Israelites into secret places, even wheresoever they could flee for succor, for help. Now, in the 15th day of the month of Caslu, in the 145th year, they set up the abomination of desolation upon the altar, and builded idols altars throughout the cities of Judah. Do you agree with the text, brother?
Yes, I do. Well, yeah. Okay.
So, how many abomination of desolations are there?
Well, wait. We see that, but then time out. That's what I'm telling. Okay, if Jesus made that statement of something that already happened in the past, why is he saying that? No, hold, because you can't get around that.
No, I'm not saying that. This is what I'm telling you. In Daniel 11, this abomination that make it desolate is in Maccabees. It's Antiochus. Like I said, you can read Daniel 11. Every historian would agree that that is talking about Antiochus. This is just true. And we go and prove it here in First Maccabees 1:54. He tells you that during the time of Antiochus, there was an abomination of desolation. So what I'm saying is that when Christ says spoken of by Daniel, he's not speaking of Daniel 11. On the contrary, he's speaking of Daniel 9. So let's go there and prove that.
But look, the whole way, hold on, no, because we have to finish Daniel 11, because if you're saying that happened, you need to show me verse 44 and 45 happening to Antiochus Epiphanes and Maccabee, because that didn't happen, brother. Look, let's go here.
But
Daniel 11.
Yes,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Him. Therefore, he shall go forth with great fury to destroy and to utterly take many away. This is he was going to battle, and he got conquered by the nations around him. This is where you go to the king of the south, king of the north, so on and so forth. Verse 45, and he shall plant the tabernacles of his palace between the seas and the glorious holy mountain, yet he shall come to his end, and none shall help him. What's that talking about? Him dwelling among us. Him acting like he is our king. This is easily verifiable with history and even commentary, brother. You can go to a commentary and they'll tell you the same thing. Watch this. Let me show you. Daniel 11:44. Let's go to Daniel 11:44 and let's just pull up the commentary, right? Let's pull up the commentary and look what it says. He shall go forth, the king in Egypt, Palestine. Look at this. Antiochus was in Persia when the news of the defeat of Lysias reached him. Antiochus died in Persia. So Antiochus, every commentator is going to look at Antiochus. Every commentator is going to say that this is talking about Antiochus, brother. Look at it. They even quote Maccabees here. So that's just what it is. Now, let's go to Daniel 9 and show you what Christ was quoting. Daniel chapter 9, 70 weeks. Are those literal or spiritual?
Nah, well, first it was 70 years, and then it came to 70 weeks of years, so 490 years. It became to that, and right now we're in the midst of that.
We're in the midst of a week. There's now this is
a week of 7 years.
This is how much. This is how much I'm going to prove to you that this is a doctrine of Christianity that you're teaching. You're going to say that the last week is on hold, right?
No. We're in the middle of that week, because it said that in the midst of the week he shall cause sacrifice of to cease. Christ, I said this the covenant that Christ is making with. Hold on, listen. This covenant this week is Christ is making with Israel. For 3.5 years he preached, because a week is 7 years. He preached for 3.5 years. He got cut off in the middle of his ministry. When you read Ezekiel 20, 33 through 37, when he brings Israel.
What do you mean, brother? What do you mean the middle of his ministry? Meaning he didn't get. Where does the Bible say that he was supposed to minister for 7 years and they cut it short?
It said he should confirm the covenant with many for 1 week. So that covenant he was supposed to make with us. You see that covenant because you see that covenant that he's going to make when you read Zechariah chapter 9 verse 11.
Okay, that's the covenant. Let's read it. Daniel 9. First of all, no. Okay, I'm not even going to go there. But Daniel 9 and 24. 70 weeks are determined upon the people. Right. So, know therefore, and then understand from the going forth of the commandment to restore and to build Jerusalem unto the Messiah, the Prince, shall be 7 weeks and 62 weeks. That's 69 weeks, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
483 years. Yeah. 483 years. Yeah.
All right. And after 62 weeks, so after 69 weeks, he'll be cut off, but not for himself and the people of the prince. Who's the prince?
Oh, that's the Roman army. The Roman army. Okay.
That shall come, shall destroy the city and sanctuary. This is 70 AD, right?
Right. Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the end thereof shall be a flood, and unto the end of the war, desolations are determined, right?
Mm-hmm.
And who's the he?
We're at verse what? Okay, we're at verse 20.
27.
Yeah, 27. Yeah, this he is dealing with the Messiah.
But how, when in context is talking about the prince that will come destroy in 70 AD?
Whoa, hold on. Okay, so you said, wait, hold up. Say that again now, because when it's saying that he shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week, but in the midst of the week he shall cause sacrifice and oblations to cease, right?
Right. Now, let me explain to you. First, I'm gonna get your understanding, then I'll come back and explain it, because I know right now I just kind of got you on a chopping block, so I want to give my understanding as well. I don't want people to get confused. So you're saying the he here is Yahweh Shai, right?
Right.
What covenant is this?
That's the covenant. That's the new covenant.
So the new covenant, we're in the new covenant now?
Yeah, we're in the new covenant. Hebrews chapter 9 says that. It says that without the death, he said the covenant is not enforced until the death of a testator. As soon as Christ died and shed his blood for the covenant, we're in the new covenant right now.
So do you still teach your neighbor? Do you still teach your neighbor?
Brother. We are in like I said, we are in the new covenant, because in the old covenant, units couldn't.
Is the Mosaic law written on your heart?
Well, yeah, the Spirit is on my heart. Yeah, the Spirit is on my heart, brother.
That the law will be written on your heart.
Yeah, and we do know that the Spirit is His word, so that's His law, brother. That's written on my heart. Yes, but I still with my fringes and all that. I still with my fringes and everything. Still,
the Mosaic law is written on your heart. Do you break them sometimes?
Yeah, I'm not perfect, brother, but like I said, I definitely strive.
So it's written on your heart, but you break it.
Hold
on. Are they written in your mind?
Yes.
Okay. So the laws are written in your mind. Name the 10 commandments off the top of the head. Go ahead. I'm serious. Go ahead.
Thou shalt not have no other God before me. Thou shalt not have any graven images. Thou shalt not take the Lord's name in vain. Thou shalt keep the Sabbath day. Remember the Sabbath day. Keep it holy. Thou shalt honor thy mother and father. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not covet. And thou shalt and bear false witness against thy neighbor.
That's only 8.
Whoa, that's 8.
Yes, that's 8.
How is that 8? I said 10.
Because I was counting them.
Brother, how you get? I said 10, brother.
Go ahead, give it to me again.
Thou shalt not have no other God before me. Right? Thou shalt not have any graven images. Thou shalt not take the Lord's name in vain. Thou shalt remember the Sabbath day, keep it holy. And then also it says that we should honor our mother and father. We shouldn't kill. Thou shalt not steal. Wait,
no,
thou shalt not commit adultery.
Thou shalt not bear false witness. Stealing is not in the 10 commandments.
Thou shalt not steal is not in there?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I could be wrong. 10 commandments. Let's look it up. But the point is this, brother, is that You're struggling with the Ten Commandments,
How?
and
Whoa. How am I struggling with the Ten Commandments, bro? I just gave them to you. Like I said,
you.
I realized I missed do not steal and do not kill. Those are the
But
two that I missed on the 8.
my point is how are they on your heart and in your mind? You break them and you can't even list them.
Brother, what? Bro, Proverbs 7:1. Proverbs 7:1. Old Testament, brother. Proverbs 7:1 says, "My son, keep my words, lay up my commandments with thee. Keep my commandments and live. My laws, the apple of my eye. Bind them upon thy fingers and write them on the tables of my heart." Psalms 119:11. For your word I've hidden in my heart, so when I sin against you. Brother, the words, like I said, the law is in my heart. Like I said, yes. Do I wear fringes? Yes, I wear fringes. But do I need to have fringes on to know not to lie, things like that? No, but I still wear them because that's the law. You know what I'm saying? So I still wear them. You know what I'm saying? I still have my beard. Like,
but my whole point is this, and stealing is in the Ten Commandments. But the point is this: when you deal with the New Covenant, it says that we're not going to teach our neighbor. We're going to be perfect. The law is going to be written on our hearts and minds. We're going to do them. It says you're going to do them, not break them. Do them, and we would all know him from least to greatest. And you believe we're in the covenant? I mean,
okay, time out. Do you believe that a eunuch can enter into the congregation under the old covenant? A eunuch, Deuteronomy 23:1.
What is the congregation?
Israel.
No, that's not the congregation.
Then what is the congregation then?
The congregation is congregating amongst the temple, the sanctuary. That's Lamentations 1:10. But let's keep it on the
No. The reason why I'm saying that because when you read in Acts chapter 8, when Philip was talking to the Ethiopian eunuch, he was preaching him Christ in Isaiah 53. He was allowed, like you said, because Isaiah 56
every eunuch is not castrated though. Yahushua said there's people who make themselves eunuchs.
Right. Yeah, I saw that. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Every
yes.
you're castrated. So let's just deal with this in Daniel 9:27.
Yeah.
You believe this is the new covenant with many for 1 week, and in the midst of the week he shall cause the sacrifice and oblation to cease. So if this is talking about Yahushua, how did he cause sacrifice to cease?
Well, as far as one, now when you read Acts 21, they were like I said, when Paul was going to take a Nazirite vow, they were going to offer up sacrifice in the temple at that time. But when you read Matthew 20, I think it's a 27:51, where it talks about the veil of the temple ripped in two, as far as like offering up the Day of Atonement, like that sacrifices and things like that, like that no longer atone. Like I said, now do I still keep Day of Atonement? Yes, I do. But as far as like the sacrifice, they had to go into the holies of holies once a year to offer up the sacrifice for Israel and for the nation. That stopped. You know what I'm saying? Like
a simple question.
I'm telling you, that's how he calls it to see.
So you're telling me after Christ in the New Testament, the writings of the New Testament, until 70 AD, Israel didn't keep the Day of Atonement animal sacrifice?
No, I'm saying at the well, first, how could they have kept the Day of Atonement, the sacrifice, when the veil of the temple, the holies of holies, was ripped in two? Matthew 27:51.
It's called repair the temple. It had to be repaired plenty of times. If they're doing animal sacrifice in Acts 21, what makes you think the veil would stop that, even if it was cracked?
No,
or
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Not or unrepaired. Were they doing animal sacrifice in after Christ? Yes or no?
Well, I said that. Yeah, I said that. Yeah.
So how did he cause it to cease? You're adding to the word by saying it's only the only animal sacrifice that Yahushua caused to cease was the Day of Atonement. I like that book, chapter, verse.
Well, like I said, the veil of the like I said, if the veil of the temple ripped in two, how is it that, like I said, the Day of Atonement sacrifice could be accepted? It can't be, because he, like I said, he's our atonement. You know, something like that. So, but they still keep it.
Has nothing to do with the altar, brother.
The holies of holies is where they would go in, though. The holies of holies is where they would go in and do that, though.
Right, and it's called repair work. First, it's called repair work. Second, it has nothing to do with the altar. So,
and also, hold on, and let me read another place too. Hold on, let me read another place about him stopping that. Hold on, real quick. I'll go to Psalms 40. Go to Psalms 40 real quick, because also Paul quotes this in Hebrews 10. He quotes the same exact thing in Hebrews 10. Psalms 40 and 6, where it says, sacrifice and offerings thou did not desire. He said, my ears thou hast opened. Burnt offerings and sin offerings thou did not require. Then said I, lo, I come in the volume of the book, for it is written of me. We understand that's dealing with Yahushua. So, like I said, like seeing this, and when he quotes this in Daniel, I mean in Hebrew, hold on, stop, Judah. Judah, stop. Judah, sit down, Judah. Down, Judah. Yeah. So when you read that, it was showing you that they no longer, like I said, did they offer sacrifices? Yes, after him, but did they?
Okay,
huh?
watch this. Watch this. Listen.
Damn,
Watch this.
damn.
Watch this. So, so he calls it to cease. You know what? We'll go to the next point. But my point of this whole thing right here is because look at.
But no, hold on, real quick before you quit. Yes, the end of it, because
let me finish.
I was going to agree with you. I was going to agree with you at the end.
And for the overspreading of abominations, he shall make it desolate. Who did that? Who's the abomination?
Right. No. Yes. I'm sorry, bro.
Who is the abomination of desolation right here in Daniel?
Right. See that? Yeah. See, there you go. Right. Because see, I wish I had the translation to show you from the Tanakh, where it's from English, because it says that then he placed the abomination of desolation in there. You know what I'm saying, like that. Right. So the second part. Yes, I agree. That is dealing with the abomination of desolation. Now, the second part of that, I do agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
So here's another abomination of desolation that happened in 70 AD. Would you agree?
So you're saying in 70 AD was as far as when Vespasian and Titus came in and ransacked the temple?
Yes.
Yeah, you can say that. Yeah, you can say that's not a problem. You can say that, but hold on though, because the reason why did they do that? But this one specific abomination of desolation that Christ was talking about, that wasn't 70 AD, because Paul talks about it in 2 Thessalonians 2, and you can read it in Daniel 8. Daniel 8.
We're gonna keep going. Don't worry about it. Now, let me ask you this, and just give a quick yes or no, or just give a quick answer. How many abominations of desolations are there?
Well, I saw in Maccabees that was mentioned, so I saw that. So I have to say that Antioch Epiphanes. So I go with that, and then I go with
right here too.
No, I know that's what I'm saying. No, that's what I'm saying. But when I see that part, I'm looking at that as far as dealing with. That's what I'm saying. I don't see that. I mean, like I said, I know what you were saying as far as like, could that have been Titus or Vespasian? Could have been, yeah, but I don't see it like that. But
so who was it?
That's what I'm telling you. That's the seat of the papacy, brother. That's what I'm telling you. I'm telling you because when you listen,
what's your name? What's your name, brother?
Welch Fair.
Welch, listen clearly, brother.
Go ahead.
Said this is all dealing with Yahushua being cut off and the sanctuary being destroyed in 70 AD. And now you're saying that the last line of this context is talking about the Pope?
Yes.
But you just agreed that it was
no. That's what I'm saying. That's what I said. I said, could it be what you said about Titus? I said, yeah. I said I can see that, but I also see the post. That's what I'm saying. I'm not knocking you on that, brother. I said I'm not doing that. That's what I said.
So now this is why when I went to Daniel 24, Matthew 24, and he says, when you see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel stand in the holy place, let us flee to Judea because we would be in the land at this time. And he was quoting Daniel 9, not Daniel 11, because Daniel 11 was fulfilled in First Maccabees. So we can go to Daniel 8.
Yeah,
you said that there's an Antichrist here, right?
Yeah, verse 23.
Okay. Daniel 8 and 23. Let's see if there's an Antichrist here. And in the latter time of their kingdom, who's the there here?
Oh, this right here is dealing with Rome.
With Rome. Okay. So let's just start right here. Okay. Verse 20. The ram which thou sawest, having two horns, are the kings of Media and Persia. Verse 21. Mm-hmm. And the rough goat is the king of Grecia. Mm-hmm. And the great horn that is in his eyes, in between his eyes, is the first king. That's Alexander. You agree with the text?
Yes, of course. It is four generals, right? Mm-hmm.
Verse 22. Now that being broken, when this horn was broken, whereas four stood up for it, that was Alexander's generals, 4 kingdoms shall stand up out of that nation, but not his power. And in the latter time of their kingdom. This is talking about Greece, brother, not Rome.
Okay, now watch. Okay, if you're thinking it's talking about, keep reading. You're gonna see it's not. You're gonna see. Watch this. Keep reading. Because if you believe that, then they had to. You're saying that he had to fight Yahushua when he came. So watch this. Keep reading. Keep reading.
Okay, but can you agree that if you say that this is Rome, when contextually it's talking about Grecia, is that not abuse of context?
No, watch. Listen, brother. Keep reading. Keep. That's all I'm telling you. Keep reading for me, brother. That's all.
In the latter time of their kingdom, there would have to be who we was talking about prior.
Yes, yeah. Who was there? Okay, time out. Okay, when it talks about this kingdom, it's talking about the kingdom of Babylon, Medes and Persians, the Greeks, and Rome. Because you know it's a Gentile dynasty. When Daniel gave that vision of the 4 beasts coming, the strove on the earth, he gave the prophecy of those 4 beasts. This is all this is their kingdom right here. The 4. Okay. Now watch. Keep reading. Now keep reading. You're gonna see that didn't happen at this time. Keep reading. This is future. Right. Watch this. Keep going.
Okay. And in the latter time of their kingdom, verse 23, when the transgressors are come to a full, a king of fierce countenance. Who's this?
Right. So that's what I'm telling you. This king of fierce countenance. We know that wasn't talking about the 4 kings that was dealing with the Greek Empire. This is that little horn. Watch what he's going to do. Watch this.
Welch. Listen to me. I hope when I put this live, you read the comments, because you got to pray that God gives you sincere and true understanding. You're telling me that this is talking about Rome when it says the horn that broke is the first king of Grecia, not Rome. When it broke, 4 other kings stood up. And then in the end of that kingdom, being the king, the Grecian kingdom, a fierce king of countenance. And you're saying that this is now 2,400 years later.
Keep
pope.
Reading. Watch this, because I want to see how you're going to answer this. Watch this. Keep reading.
Dark sentences shall stand up, and his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power. And he shall destroy wonderfully, and shall prosper and practice, and shall destroy the mighty hand and the holy people. So you're going to say that this is the Pope destroying Israelite, right?
Watch.
And through his policy, he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hands. What does this mean?
Who is the prince of princes, bro?
This is Antiochus. No, my bad,
Whoa,
my bad. Broken. Listen,
I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry.
The he that's broken without hands is Antiochus, but he's magnifying himself against Yahweh and Yahushai when he came against us and desecrated our temple. Let's continue. We'll prove that. And the vision of the evening. Wait. I think that's it.
Yeah.
So what does it mean? What does it mean he shall be broken without hands if this is the Pope?
Right. That's what I'm telling you. Revelation 19, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 was all talk about when he said he's going to stand up against the prince of princes. This prince of princes is Yahushua. He's going to stand up against him. So when he comes, he's going to kill him at the brightness of his coming. That's what I'm saying, because he's going to throw him and the beast into the lake of fire. It says that in Revelation chapter 20.
Okay.
I'm sorry, 19. Revelation 19. He's going to do that to him.
Okay, so
he's going to stand up against Yahushua.
So can you fight against Yahushua?
Of course, come on, bro. No, I can't. But he's going to try. He can try if he wants to, but he's going to lose. That's what it tells you.
Can you fight against Yahushua without him even coming down to earth?
But brother, Revelation 19 said he is coming to earth and he is destroying this false prophet. Which is
you're taking this him standing against Yahushua or Yahweh as if he's doing it face to face, trying to have a wrestling match with him. What did Christ say to Paul? Why are you fighting against me? So you don't have to
against the prick, right?
Yahushua for him to say you're fighting against him. Either way, I see nothing in here that says abomination of desolation.
It said who this king? No, you said this king. I told you who this king was. This king of fierce counsel.
See the abomination of desolation.
Okay, let's go. Can we go to 2 Thessalonians 2 now?
Okay, so far nothing has worked for you. So let's try.
Whoa. Daniel 7. Okay, Daniel 7. Daniel 7. Daniel 7.
We'll go to Daniel 7 and we'll end it on 2 Thessalonians. Daniel 7 in what?
We can start at verse 23.
23?
Yeah, the 4th beast. Yeah.
No, you said the little horn. So let's go right here.
Well, yeah. I'm telling you, but he's the one that's out of the fourth beast, so he tells you that in Daniel 7.
Okay, let's see. Verse 7, Daniel 7:7. After this, I saw in the night visions, and behold, a fourth beast. Who's this fourth beast?
That's Rome.
That's Rome? Okay.
Yes.
Rome, meaning the Roman Empire.
Yes. And they fell in 476 AD. And that's when I'm
dreadful and terrible, strong exceedingly, and it had great iron teeth. It devoured and brake many pieces and stamped the residue with the feet. It was diverse from all the other nations, and it had 10 horns. The Roman Empire had 10 horns?
Yeah, it had 10 nations. Yeah, and three were plucked up by the roots. The Heralites, the Vandals, and Ostrogoths were plucked up by the roots.
I considered the horns, and behold, there came up another little horn. Who's this?
That's the Pope, the seat of papacy.
Okay, so these horns are nations, but this horn is one person.
Yeah, that little horn is one person. Yes, that little horn. That's why he says before whom there were three. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
This little horn, is he alive right now?
It's the seat of the papacy. I'm telling you. So I can't say that Pope Francis is that Pope. I can't say that because it's in that seat. I can't sit up there and say, well, I know it's him. I can't make a declaration like that. But it is out of that seat, though.
So whoever's Pope during the time of Christ is this horn,
right? There you go. Exactly. Yeah, before it's coming. Yes.
Before whom there were three of the first plucked up by the roots. So who is this Pope? What three horns is this Pope gonna pluck up?
They already plucked up. It's in history. It's called the Heralites, the Vandals, and the Ostrogoths, brother. Like that's in history. Like you can look that up. Those are the horns that were plucked up. Because those are the nations. Those were Arians. Those were like Arians. They didn't take hold. They didn't take hold of the doctrine of the so-called Trinity. Like they didn't take hold of that. You know what I'm saying? Because they had their own teaching, and so since they didn't believe it, they cut them off.
Okay.
And that's go ahead.
Okay, so
see, go ahead.
This whole beast with 10 horns is the Roman Empire.
Right, because when you see in Revelation 10,
is Rome a part of the Roman Empire?
Well, yes, the European Union, brother, the European Union or the European Congress.
We're talking about the fourth beast.
Yes, that's what I'm telling you, brother. Listen, the fourth beast is Rome. And
Rome is a part of the Roman Empire, right?
Yes.
Cool. Okay. So the Rome plucked up 3 horns, but it's okay. Let's just keep going. And behold, and the horns were like the eyes of man. This little horn has the eyes of man? What does that mean?
Because he's a man, and mouth he's speaking great things. Because he's lying. He's right now he's deceiving the world, thinking that he's a holy man, believing in God, but he's not, brother. He's speaking dark sentences. He's lying. He speaks nothing but lies out of his mouth. But people believe him to be a holy man, but he's not.
Okay, so in verse 24 it says, the 10 horns out of this kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise, and another shall arise after them. Who's the another that's after the 10?
Where we at? Hold on. Just start at verse 23 now. Let's go to verse 23 and read down. Let's read it again now. Go ahead. Let's go.
Daniel 7:23. The fourth beast, which is the Roman Empire, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which shall be diverse from all kingdoms.
Wait. Why is it saying that he's diverse from all of the kingdoms?
Because they're just a different type of kingdom. They had stronger military might than all the kingdoms, and they also spread themselves all around the world, the known world, and the other kingdoms didn't do that.
Okay, I can because I look at it as far as because of the doctrine that they're teaching. Because when they fell, because in Revelation chapter 3, when it says that he suffered a deadly wound, the Roman Empire fell in 476 AD. So they were no longer a world superpower, but they were resurrected by the little horn, by the seat of the papacy, and that's how they became a world. And now the whole world right now is following after that doctrine. That's how I look at them. That's how they're diverse from the Babylonians, from the.
Okay, so they're diverse by spreading their doctrine, but you agree that
but the Greeks, like I said, but go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, the Greeks did too. Though.
No, but I'm talking about a worldwide though. Worldwide, because when you read Revelation 17 and 2015, it talks about those waters where all the people, nations, and tongue. This whole entire world is following Roman Christianity.
Okay,
majority.
So the 10 horns the Roman Empire is comprised of 10 kingdoms, and Rome will be one of those 10, right?
Right. Yeah, exactly right. Because when you
Okay.
looking at the
let's,
European,
let's
hold
continue.
on.
Let's continue. There's just the short answer. Verse 24. And the 10 horns out of this kingdom are 10 kings. That would include Rome, and another shall rise after them. Who's this 11th one?
Right.
Ooh.
The 10 horns or the 10. It's telling you. And then it says,
Ooh.
huh?
Ooh.
What? What? Oh, what? What are you
That's a
talking
trick
about?
bag. That's a
Huh?
trick bag.
No. Oh, no. It's not, because Revelation, I can go to Revelation 13 and tell you that he has power. Look, I'm going to go ahead. Revelation 13 tells you the
No.
fourth.
Don't run. Welch.
I'm not running. Listen.
We gotta stay here. Let's stay
I'm
right
not
here.
running, brother. I am not running, brother.
Let me
See,
explain my question.
go ahead, bro.
All
Go ahead.
praises. All praises. You still, whether you think the Antichrist is the Pope or not, you keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, brother. You're in that kingdom. So I wanna just express that, brother. Let's keep it.
I no problem, brother. Shalom, Israel. Okay,
So
for
verse
sure.
24.
Go ahead.
The 10 horns that you said Rome and the papacy was part of are 10 kings, and another shall arise after them. What is this? Who is this 11th horn?
You said the 10 horns of his kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise.
You see that? That means that
no, because
that means that little horn cannot be Rome and the papacy, because Rome and the papacy, by your admission, is already a part of the 10.
because it tells you who. Okay, let's go. Watch this. And the 10 horns out of his kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise, and another shall rise after him. Look after them. Look, and kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise, and another shall rise after them. Okay, I'm sorry. I read it twice. And he shall be diverse from the first. Look, and he shall he shall subdue 3 kings, and he. This is a he. This is a he. It's a person. It's a he. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to tame times and laws, and they shall be giving into his hand, a person, his, into a time, 1 year, times 2 years, and dividing a time, a half year. That's the 3.5 year period that you can also read in Revelation chapter 13.
Okay, all praises. So now that still doesn't answer my question.
But I'm telling you, that's what I'm saying. You didn't let me go to Revelation 13 to let you know who this person was. He has power with the 10 kings. You didn't let me read that though. He said he got the power.
Welch, you told me that it's not. It's the seat of the papacy, which is Rome. So I'm saying when it says another, that means in addition or including. Is this another? It's another horn, right?
25 tells you it's a he. It's not a name. It's a he. Are you reading? Look at 25. It's telling you it's a he. It's a person. That's not a nation. It's a he. Look at it. Just read it.
If it's a he and it's a king, if it's a he and it's a king, does that person have a kingdom?
Yes, that's the little horn. I'm telling you, he is a king.
What king is coming after this? Who has a kingdom? What kingdom is after these 10 kingdoms?
Brother, can we go to Revelation? Because this is tied into that, but you're not even allowing me to go there.
Let's go to 2 Thessalonians, because you said
you didn't allow me to go to Revelation 13 though, because that breaks down this and Revelation 12, brother. Revelation 12 and 13 break this down. But okay,
been going. You wanted 2 Thessalonians. Let's see if we can prove some one Antichrist or abomination and desolation here.
Right.
So far, I haven't seen Antichrist in Daniel 8. I haven't seen Antichrist in 9. I haven't seen Antichrist in 11. I haven't seen Antichrist in Matthew 24. I haven't seen Antichrist in Daniel 7. So we'll see if we see the word Antichrist here.
I told you to set up edition, abomination, desolation. But go ahead, let's read it. Go on.
Okay. So we're looking for Antichrist or abomination, desolation here. Maybe we can get it. So
or set up edition. How about that?
Thessalonians 2. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first. When was the falling away?
To the falling away when pretty much the falling away. He's letting you know this. He's letting you know when this fall away is going to come is when this man of perdition, son of perdition, is going to come out with that false doctrine. Because at this time, he's not set. At this time, the church is still in Jerusalem at this time. Because after 135 A.D. through that 65-year period, they say so-called the church actually left Jerusalem and went to Rome, which we know is a lie.
What is
but
the falling away? What is the falling away? What
the
is
falling away is falling away from the faith, from this gospel that we're teaching, because they're teaching another gospel.
So the Antichrist is going to come and cause Israelites to fall away.
Not only Israelites, it's not just Israel, because he's talking to Thessalonians, brother. He's talking to Israelites and Gentiles, but he's talking about the whole world, though. You know what I'm saying? He's telling you. Well, just keep reading. Watch this. Keep reading. Look, and that what? And that man of sin.
Yeah. What is this Antichrist?
It says the man of sin, the son of perdition. I told you. I said that he could the abomination of desolation, the son of perdition, the false prophet in Revelation chapter 19, son of perdition, man of sin. This is the same person. Now keep reading. Look at verse 4.
Okay. Who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called God or that is worship, so that he is God, sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God.
Okay, explain that to
you. You think that's
I'm telling you, I told you, this is the abomination of desolation, declaring himself as being God. That's what I'm telling you. When you see the abomination of desolation stand in the holy place,
I'm going to show you this. The man of sin are the Edomites. So in church, let's take a look at this. This is what it means sitting in the temple like he's God. This right here.
All right, we'll see. Okay, watch this though.
And we'll prove it to you. Let's keep
going.
Okay.
Yeah, keep reading.
Remember ye not that when I was with you, I told you this, and now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time.
Oh,
watch this. For the mystery of the iniquity. What's that?
What? What do you mean?
The mystery of iniquity.
What you mean? What's the mystery of? What you mean? What's the mystery of iniquity? What are we talking about? Like, it's telling you right here, and then he said, and then that wicked one shall be revealed, whom the Lord. Well, hold on. We have verse where?
Verse 7. The mystery of iniquity.
Verse 7. What is this? It says, for the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. Also, he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. So yeah, he's causing people to sin by teaching his doctrine and not the true doctrine of God. That's why he says until he be taken out of the way.
What is the mystery of iniquity? You either know
the mystery of iniquity. Listen, the mystery of iniquity is that the whole world right now, they believe that they are following the true God by them following the doctrine of this one. This one's telling people, break the Sabbath, keep Sunday, forget the feast days, keep Sunday. That's the mystery of it, because they're thinking they're doing the right thing, but they're all following this man. It's a mystery of iniquity because they think they're doing it right, but they're doing wrong.
Got you. Okay, so the mystery of iniquity is talking about a man that's supposed to come in the future, right?
Right. He says, right, until it's time to be revealed. But we also understand that seat is what's bringing this doctrine that's polluting the whole entire world.
Okay. But was the papacy
established around 500 AD?
Okay, so that can't be at the time. It can't be established at the time of Paul, right?
That's why he said it revealed at his time.
Okay, listen what I'm saying. Listen what I'm saying. You're saying the mystery of iniquity is the seat of the papacy, which didn't come to existence until about 500 years, 400 to 500 years after Paul wrote this, right?
Right. So right, because look, when you read in verse 1 and 2, they were in trouble thinking that the Lord was going to come then. He's like, nah, look, the Lord ain't going to come until this person rises up. So don't think that because I said, look, verse 1, now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord Jesus Christ and by the gathering together to him, that ye should not be shaken in mind or troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letters from us, as the day of Christ is at hand. Let no man deceive you by any means. So he's telling.
That's not my question.
I know. No, what I'm telling you is, you're saying that around that time, he's telling you it's a time that's going to come, and that time, we're in this time now. But look, keep reading. Look at this. Look at verse 8. Please read verse 8.
Okay, let me finish 7 first.
Okay, go ahead.
Iniquity is the papacy. That's what you said.
Yes,
which didn't exist at the time of Paul. But he says the mystery of iniquity is already at work in his time. How, Sway?
That's lawlessness. Well, okay, go ahead. Okay, I can see. For the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. He said, only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the
Focus on this. This mystery of iniquity can't be the papacy because it's already at work. The papacy didn't exist. Break it down for me.
Don't
I think we
no. See, no. Keep going.
I think we've concluded.
No, hold on. Why you want to stop now? Look at verse 8. Look at verse 8. No, okay, like I said.
Hold on, brother. Hold on. We spent almost 2 hours now. So I want to just ask one question before we conclude this. I want to ask one question. He's still talking. That brother's still talking. Do you believe that Jesus Christ is all knowing? Do you believe Yahushua is all knowing?
He doesn't know the day of his return. Only the Father knows that.
So he's not omniscient.
Right. Only the Father knows when so he doesn't know the day of his coming. The Father knows that. But hold on, brother. Why? Wait, hold up. Why?
Hold on. We're done with the Antichrist. We're done with that. We're done. We're done with the Antichrist. We're moving on to to just a couple questions about the deity of Christ. Is Christ equal to the Father, Yahweh?
Is he equal? No, because 1 Corinthians 11 says that you got it's the Father, and it's Christ, the man, and his woman.
What point were you making where you said you wanted to talk to me about the deity of Christ?
I wanted to show that Christ is the God of the Old and New Testament, and that we haven't dealt with the Father yet. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that in the Old Testament, that was Christ, but name was Yahweh in the Old Testament. But when he came in the New Testament in his Father's name, he came in Yahushua. And like I said, we could go over the scriptures. I can prove, because if we look and see who the Lord of Hosts is, the Lord of Hosts is Yahushua, or which is his name was Yahweh in the Old Testament. And we understand that like I said, when you read Zechariah 14, we know that's dealing with Christ right there, because Acts 1 and 8.
Let me just give you one scripture that's going to shut that down. You said in the Old Testament, Yahweh was Yahushua.
I'm saying that's him. I'm saying that's him. In the Old Testament, in the Old Testament, his name was Yahweh. When he came in the New Testament, he came in his Father's name, which is Yahushua, which is a name above every name.
Okay, so let's go to Psalms 110. Psalms 110, verse 1. The Lord, this is Yahweh. Who's that? Is that Jesus?
No, that's no, that's the Father.
That's the Father. Said unto my Lord. Who's this Lord?
That's Christ. That's Christ.
So why isn't Christ being referred to as Yahweh in the Old Testament?
Brother, I can't show you. He is referred to as Yahweh in the Old Testament. I can show you that.
Why then break that down? Why is King David looking into heaven and he's seeing Yahweh as the Father and then Yahushua as out of one?
Brother, I'll tell you, I can show you his name is Yahweh right in the Old Testament right now. I can show you that.
No, don't run to another scripture.
I'm not, brother.
Break down what I just presented.
I'm telling you, like I said, the Heavenly Father, like I said, he's having a conversation with Christ.
All right, brother. Hey, man, we love you.
Hold on.
Have a good night. Have a good night, brother, man. Hey, I'm going to end this by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh. We do so by Shem Mashiach Yahushua. Until next time, Shalom, y'all.